Then there's our economy. And I don't have to tell you about that here in Gary, Indiana. You know, I first came to Chicago, first came to the Chicago region after college to work as a community organizer with churches that were trying to deal with the devastation of steel plants that had closed in the early and mid-'80s. You had U.S. Steel out here, but we had Wisconsin Steel, LTV Steel, all on the southeast side, shut down. Thousands of people laid off. Communities falling into hard times. Commercial strips boarded up. Many of you lived through those hard times and are still living through them today. And yet, we have not had a president over the last 7, 8 years who has heard your cries. We haven't had a president who's been focused on your issues. And now, what we're seeing is that the economy, rather than getting better, is actually getting worse. This is the #1 issue in the minds of a lot of people, not just in Gary, but all across Indiana and all across the country. And we know why, because at the same time as wages and incomes have not just flatlined, but have actually gone down over the last 7 years for the average family, the cost of everything from health care to college to a gallon of milk to a gallon of gas have all shot up, and you are feeling the pinch. People are working harder and harder just to get by. It's harder to save, it's harder to retire. And now millions of Americans are facing foreclosure because nobody was regulating the predatory loan industry. Nobody was making sure that people weren't lured into deceptive practices when it came to their mortgages. And millions more are suffering because as the economy contracts, we're looking at increased unemployment. Now here's the thing. The times haven't been tough for everybody in this country because the top Wall Street CEOs have been doing just fine. In this morning's USA Today, there was a story about how much the top CEOs have been making. They did a study and they found that the top CEOs made somewhere around $15.7 million per year on average, despite the fact that many of their companies had bad years, their stocks went down, their sales went down. Think about that. It doesn't matter whether you're doing a good job or not. Wall Street executives are being rewarded either way. That's not the America we believe in. I believe in capitalism. I believe in free markets. I believe in entrepreneurship. But when CEOs are making more in a day than ordinary workers are making in an entire year, when CEOs are the ones getting the tax breaks and workers are getting nothing, when CEOs get million-dollar bonuses even when their companies go bankrupt and their workers are losing their pensions, something is wrong. Something's got to change. That's why I'm running for President of the United States of America.